How does soul ties affect a man? Now, y'all men, pay attention to this. A woman can be so mean to you, but she's so freaky. She doing all this stuff in the bedroom, blowing your mind, but she cuss you out. But then she say, I'm sorry, do all the freaky stuff again. That stuff happened to me. I mean, she'll make you feel so bad, make you feel so worthless, man. Hurt your feelings. You be crying inside. Then she come home, give you a hug, feeding off your flesh. Your spirit ain't strong no more, brother. She feeds you that flesh, all the stuff you love to get, that booty, whatever, titties, coochie, whatever. I'm gonna tell you what's real, brother. It'll have you so trapped and stuck, your mama can't tell you nothing. Your daddy can't tell you nothing. Nobody in your family can tell you nothing about that woman. Cause she be doing something so good to you, trick your mind, have you fooled, man. You be so stuck on that woman, you be broke. She'll dog you out when you can't buy nothing. She'll call you broke cause you won't give her no money, man. You try to correct that woman, man, it's like a demon come out of her. Especially when you ain't got nowhere to go. Man, you stay with that woman, you ain't got nowhere to go. And she know that's your weakness, you ain't got nowhere to go. She gonna stick you with it, bro. She gonna poke in your back. She gonna poke in your chest. She gonna poke in your stomach with it, man. You gonna feel worthless as a man. When she knows she got power over you, you be cleaning that house, cooking, you be a little maid, you be a little slave. Everything she say, you do it, man, cause you need her. But once you run off and get on your own, you'll be free. But brother, long you sitting there with that demon, that kind of woman, man, you ain't gonna never be free. I hope y'all men understand soul ties is dangerous. You will lose yourself in your mind. The truth hurt.
A toxic soul tie from a man's perspective can feel like being emotionally and spiritually bound to someone in a way that is consuming rather than connecting, like an invisible cord that drains them instead of strengthening them. I'm going to tell you how breaking free from a soul tie actually feels like and the emotional stages a man has to go through when he begins to heal or when he starts to heal. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, and jot things down. You want to stay tuned till the end.
I think soul ties are ruining it. If you go on your period, on her period, I can't let you're stuck. You're stuck.
Shut
You're actually stuck.
Oh, I've never heard that.
If he's upset, you'll have a feeling, you'll know. You'll end up calling him and think, are you okay? And he'll actually be sad.
Has this happened to you before?
Currently, yes.
He can sweet talk you into getting back into a relationship with him, even though you know in your good mind that you don't want this man. Number two, the breakup is never clean and final. They will find a way back into your life. They'll run into your mom. They'll run into your best friend. You'll see them watching your stories. You just can't seem to shut that door. It's almost like a compulsory thing that he can't control. Number three, when soul ties between people create deep emotional reactions. You trigger each other's deep trauma, deep emotional wounds, karmic debts. He feels overwhelmed, exposed, emotionally raw when he's around you because you are a mirror to his troubled soul that he's refusing to heal. Number four, he would tell you things that like nobody understands him the way you understand him. And that's because with you, he feels spiritually seen, perhaps for the first time. It's deeper than physical attraction. It's a deep soul resonance. It's a frequency that you're both communicating at that is deeply unique and that has happened before in previous lives. That sort of intensity can feel very intimidating. So he may experience you as both someone he's attracted to, but also someone that he's scared of. Lastly, number five, don't be surprised when you're dreaming about him and he's dreaming about you, or you're thinking about him and that song that used to be your song starts playing. You would notice some repeating patterns with him. There's a lot of harmony with timing and his energy entering back into your energetic field. There is unresolved energetic contracts that you may have with this person. The deeper purpose and the deeper reason why God brought this person into your life, you haven't yet figured it out, because had you figured it out, you would have closed that door. What you want to ask yourself is, does this connection, does this relationship open up my heart to love, or does it close my heart? Does this connection feel good, or does he open up old wounds that don't even have anything to do with this person? Does this connection make me feel like I'm growing, or does he make me feel trapped?
When y'all created a soul tie, so now you gotta deal with a person that you know you shouldn't be with for the next 3 to 6 months. Like, all right, yeah, I clearly should not be here. All right, this didn't work any goddamn time we tried it. But for some reason, I keep coming back. Let me go. You be in the process of moving on, finally. Like, you finally get some goddamn peace. You finally stop craving them and missing them and wanting to be with them and wanting to talk to them. And things are getting better in your life. God is moving things around in your life for you. And they ask want to come back at the perfect time. Like, why are you coming back right now? Please, I don't need this. I'm telling y'all, man, them soul ties ain't no joke. All right, they gonna have you thinking that person that clearly you can't get it right with is your goddamn person. Like, we done tried this goddamn 3 times. It didn't work not once. But for some reason, I feel like you're my person. Like, I can't connect with nobody like I connect with you. But for some reason, when I connect with you, every goddamn time, it don't work. Yeah, them soul ties, hey, man. Break that goddamn knot now.
I'm here. Behind you, look. Behind you. I'm here. Behind you, look. Behind you.
Everybody not supposed to be getting. Everybody don't need to get. Some people you just don't need to have sex with, G. No bullshit, I'm telling you. It's so many people that wanted me to crack, but I said fuck no. Because, baby, you got shit on your bloodline that I don't want no parts of. That spirit shit, them spiritual ties and shit is real as fuck. I don't want it. Once you have, after so many misfortunate events happen, it's no longer just a coincidence. There is a spirit attacking you and those around you, and I'm not fin to tie myself into it, motherfucker. I am spiritually anointed. You know what I'm saying? I'm great. I'm protected. I'm not losing my protection for no motherfucking pussy bitches. You cool? You know how long it took me to get to this point in my life, gang? To actually have the mind that I have, bro. You know how many trials and tribulations and dealing with wrong and terrible fucking people I had to go through to get here? You was a fucking goofy if you think I'm going back to revert to that shit. Fuck that pussy. Keep it in your pants, baby. Double it and give it to the next nigga. Cause I don't want it.
If a man has soul ties to you, he can't get you off his mind. He think about you every day. When you get in the bed with a man, once he sleep with you, he build a connection with you. You know, he transfer his energy. You know, so you transfer your energy to him, that's a connection right there. That's a bond. Y'all transfer each other energy, y'all done connected, now this man can't let you go. Now this man crazy about you. Now this man follow you. You know, it can be 2 or 3 years later, that man cannot leave you alone. That's why, ladies, you gotta know people before you get in the bed with them. Make sure you're married to them. Make sure they really love you. Make sure they're not crazy. Because these guys will do anything and everything to get to you. They'll take out your family. They'll ruin you because you don't want them. You think about it, man. Some of these guys, man, you have to take them out. I'm just being real. I just seen movies like that where the man would not stop. He would not stop until she dropped him. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. So y'all ladies out there, these men will do whatever and however they want to do it when they come to you, when they really want you, when they really in love with you, and they can't handle you, but they want to keep you away from everybody else because there's something about you they really want. And whatever you gave him, that's what keeping him there. The truth hurt.
Connections that have you able to feel a person's presence and energy are the product of you two creating a soul tie. These connections take place when you have exchanged sacred energy on a level that reaches your soul. This will leave you with energetic connections that you have created. You need to take the time to acknowledge and reflect on this connection and how it has developed you as a person. And do the spirit and shadow work that will allow you to release this person from your soul.
Soul ties is so dangerous because it's one of the enemy's biggest tricks. The devil is not omnipresent. He's not everywhere and he does not know everything. So he introduced soul ties through casual sin and casual sex. Soul ties literally destroys our entire being. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Heart, mind, and soul is tied to something other than God. Best illustration I can give you for a soul tie is imagine a piece of Scotch tape with 6 different colors of construction paper. And as I continue to stick the tape to the different construction paper, residue from the construction paper continue to stick to the tape. This is how we look when we continue to attach ourselves to people and people continue to attach themselves to us. But the most important thing to remember is as the tape continues to stick, it loses identity. Because at some point, the stickiness was going to wear off. And at some point, we lose our identity in other people. The most dangerous thing about a soul tie, hear me, is the fact that we can create them, but we do not have the capability to untie them. A soul tie can only be untied by the person that created our soul, which is God. Which is why it's important for us to continue to be in our word and continue to be spiritually mature, because immature spirits does not have the discernment in order to see what's supposed to tie to our soul or not. An immature spirit allows us to be vulnerable and weak. And it takes months to build the soul tie. And it takes decades in order for the soul tie to untie.
And we got to be careful who you lay down with. That's real process. You got to be careful who you lay down with, because when you mix the spirits, that's what you do. You know, when you're having sex with people, you're bonding within that. That's when people break up, and they might break up with somebody, but that person could still have a hold on them. Tell them something, you get that phone call and that heart and stuff like, because they're connected is a soul tie. So you got to be able to get that off of you too. You might break up with somebody, but there can be soul ties. And you don't know what they're connected to as well. And shout out to Ruth Brown, who Shannon introduced me to Ruth Brown, within my praying process of that too. And praying with me every day. I remember she used to tell me, after the club, I'm going to pray with you. You know what I mean? Evangelist, you know, shout out to Ruth. She would pray with me after the club, pray with me all the time, throughout the process. And she was the one who told me about soul ties. And she said, anybody you've ever laid down with, I want you to say, take my spirit out of them, say their name, and then take their spirit out of you and say that. And so if anybody's listening, they need to really do that. Because the thing about it is that you take all that to different relationships, and you take that wherever you go. You have a homie, you know, and you see the difference within them. It could be the spiritual connection that they have with someone that needs to be broken because it's a toxic, you know what I mean? And demonic within that way. So, when I went through that process and I understood that, and doing that over, you know, years, and learning the consistency of that, and learning how to pray, warring within the spirit and the spiritual warfare of how to pray. And shout out to Ruth Brown for teaching me how to do that as well. And just, you know, praying within that. That's when I saw, like, okay, we are spirits and this is a spiritual realm.
What does the Bible say about soul ties? The phrase soul ties is not in the Bible. Rather, the idea of soul ties is a man-made speculation which some teachers superimpose onto scripture in an attempt to explain certain human behaviors. Soul ties are said to be connections from one person's soul to or into another person's soul, a concept that has no basis in scripture. The Bible does speak of close friendships, such as David and Jonathan. The soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. That's deep. So it says the Bible also warns against entering ungodly relationships. My son, if sinners entice you, do not give in to them. Do not go along with them. Do not set foot on their paths. Proverbs 1:10 through 15. This passage and others like it caution us against the wrong types of friends, but stop short of describing any type of spiritual union of souls. So, like I said, soul ties is not in the Bible, but I definitely felt just a weird connection with a person even after our relationship was ended and over and done. I've definitely still had like this weird draw to this individual. And I'm pretty sure it's because we were being intimate. We were having sex when we weren't supposed to. And that created this type of bond that lasted even after the relationship was long over. So I think there is some truth to that. I don't know what you would call that. I guess some people put the label of a soul tie onto it, but regardless of the fact, you got to be careful with who you lay down with. You shouldn't be laying down with somebody who you're not married with in the first place. That's number one. Number two, if you're going to be dating somebody, you better make sure that God is the most important thing in their life. Because if God is the most important thing in their life, then they're going to be led by the Holy Spirit. They're going to have discernment. But a lot of us are just getting into relationships blind, both romantic and friendships, and we're not even really considering the beliefs of the people that we're getting into a relationship with. We're just considering the satisfaction that our flesh is receiving as a result of that relationship. And it's leading us down a path that we don't want to be on. I thought that was a really good interview. I thought that was really dope. And I just think it's cool, you know, when you have somebody who was in that life, that fast life, making a lot of money, a lot of people know your name, you're successful, and then to realize that all of that was empty and all of that never mattered, and that God was just waiting for you to fix your eyes on him. That's incredible. And I think that's a really cool testimony. So let me know what y'all think. Get in my comments, like this video. I'm out, y'all.
The first point is emotional control and dependency. He might feel torn between knowing the relationship is unhealthy and letting go. His emotions shift from love, anger, longing, and guilt, a loop that is hard to break. He knows that you're not good for him. He knows that she's not good for him, but something in him keeps pulling him back to her. It's like an addiction. He's not chasing happiness anymore, just chasing relief from the emptiness when she's not around. The next point is loss of identity. Over time, he may start losing touch in who he was before he met her. His hobbies, his confidence, and his peace will fade. He may find himself compromising his values and things he thought he was never going to compromise because he wants to keep her around. Physical and emotional withdrawals. Even when he tries to withdraw, he may feel symptoms like restlessness, anxiety, fear, guilt, anger, frustration, sleepless nights, and even depression. It's like his body misses her as much as his mind does. His body reacts like she's a drug he's trying to quit. It's like a drug addiction and he's trying to get clean. The repeated cycles of breaking up and reconnecting, this is the highest thing that happens in every soul tie. You separate and you come back. You guys are not talking, and out of a sudden you guys are talking. You guys are not sleeping together, out of a sudden you're sleeping together. Repeated cycles of breaking up and making up. He has a soul tie to you. The hallmark of soul ties is that no matter how bad it gets, they always keep finding themselves back together. They always come back together. There is always something pulling them back together, even when both parties know that it is not working. We fight, break up, block each other, and then one person reaches out, and then the cycle starts all over again. The next point is you feel spiritually drained. Instead of this connection inspiring you, it is draining your energy and dulling your intuition. You feel spiritually tired, you feel disconnected from peace, purpose, and faith. It feels like she's in my head even when she's not around. I can't focus on anything else. This is what a lot of men go through. The next point is obsession and possession. A toxic soul tie can twist love into jealousy, obsession, and possession. It can twist love into control. He may find himself being overly controlling, always calling, checking up on you for no good reason, stalking you, going above and beyond, showing up in your apartment uninvited and causing drama. This is what men do. Feeling irrational fear of losing her, and then anger and frustration because he's scared that he could lose you. And all of these signs will turn unhealthy with time. You hear a lot of men say things like, I wasn't myself, I know I didn't trust her, but I couldn't stand seeing her with someone else. There are a lot of men who know that they cannot trust you. They know the relationship you guys have is toxic. Both of you know it is toxic, but he doesn't want to see you with someone else. Healing feels impossible. Even after breaking up, he might feel like he's still connected to her. They are still connected. He sees her in his dreams. He feels her energy. You can feel when they are thinking about you. You can feel when they are happy, sad, upset, going through it. Seeing her in dreams, thinking about her constantly, and being triggered by reminders. This is the hardest part. The tie doesn't end when the relationship does. Just because the relationship ended, it doesn't mean the soul tie has ended. You need to break free from this covenant, from this oath, from this pledge, or whatever you have with this person. And you have to do it spiritually, because it's not a physical battle. It's like she's still in my spirit, even though she's gone. This is how a lot of them feel it. The same way that a woman will feel the soul tie, the soul connection she has with a man, is the same way a man will feel it with a woman. And the worst part about soul ties is it can be one-sided. You can have a one-sided soul tie with someone. That's you're thinking about this person, you're feeling their energy, you feel their thoughts, you feel everything about them energetically, but it's one-sided. You can have a soul tie with someone who is soul tied to another person. Breaking free from a toxic soul tie is not about losing a partner. It's about reconnecting with parts of yourself which have been lost, parts of yourself which existed, which you lost before you got in contact or in connection with this person. The parts of yourself you lost because of this soul tie. The first stage is the withdrawal stage. The withdrawal feels like coming off a powerful drug, even though he knows she's not good for him. The separation is emotionally and physically painful. He may crave her presence, a phone call, her voice, text messages, not because of love, but because he's separating himself or detoxifying himself from a toxic attachment. Guess what? He's blocked you, but he still checks his phone, hoping you're going to message him. He's blocked you, but he's using fake accounts to stalk you on social media, and you're going to see it. This stage is about detachment, breaking that energetic cord. It is rough, but it is necessary. The second stage is the void. After the storm, there is silence. Now he feels empty from basically detaching from her. The chaos is gone, and so is the intensity, and sometimes that feels worst. He may start to reminisce about the good memories while conveniently forgetting the bad ones. He may start to think, even though I was sad, but at least there were times she made me happy. I know it was toxic, but at least she made me feel happy. At this stage, he realizes he was addicted to the toxicity, addicted to the intensity and not love. The third stage is reckoning. He starts to see the emotional damage, the manipulation, the control, and his own part which he played in it. He starts to take accountability. I let her drain me because I didn't want to be alone. He starts to turn his pain into clarity. Pain turns into clarity. Next stage is a release. Suddenly he starts to feel lighter. He may wake up one morning and not think about her immediately, and she may not cross his mind immediately, and this small victory feels powerful. He feels like his peace is coming back bit by bit. For the first time in months, he feels like himself again, which leads us to the last stage, which is the reconnection stage. Now he's reconnecting to all the parts of himself which he lost, all the parts of himself which existed, which he had buried because of you. He rediscovers his hobbies, his purpose, his passion, his confidence, and he is more calmer and careful with who he gives his energy to. Instead of chasing connection, he's building it from within. A lot of men go through soul ties just as women go through it. They go through all of those negative emotions. They fight those battles as well. The other thing is men don't come out to talk about it because they don't want to look weak. But few of them are coming out to expose it so that you women know that you're not the only ones going through it behind the scenes. They go through it. And theirs is even worse because they go through it in silence. Soul ties are so freaking hard to break. And you ask yourself if this man or if this woman has put some kind of voodoo on you. And the only way you're going to break a soul tie is by handling it spiritually. These are the signs the soul tie is truly broken. Her name no longer triggers an emotional reaction. He no longer feels compelled to check up on her. He can remember her without pain and longing. He's open to love again without fear and bitterness, and he feels grounded with peace and hope. So besties, we've come to the end of this amazing video. What do you guys think concerning this video? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Share your own personal experiences as a woman, what you've been through in the soul tie with a man. How did you get out of it? Share it in the comment section so others can watch and learn. And for all the ladies who thought only women experience one-sided soul ties or toxic soul ties with men, guess what? This video is proof that men go through it as well. Anyways, what do you guys think? Share it in the comment section. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.